Okay, it's raining and it's wet, and yeah, it looks like it's gonna be happening throughout the couple of days in the week. So no drone flying today, unfortunately. I wonder, since there's a heavy rain warning, whether or not tomorrow it's actually gonna look pretty good, even though it says it's forecasted to rain. It must be crazy going to train right now, training outside in the cold weather, but that's what you gotta do. And I was reading some interesting drone stuff with all that fiasco yesterday, which I'll talk about later too, especially with that one about the drone strike, like the one here in Canada, or what they claim was a drone strike anyways. I guess the first fun thing I read was apparently there was a burrito delivered in Australia, and I was supposed to be one of the first. As you can see here, a company literally brought a drone, and it looks pretty cool the way they did it. I don't think it's fully autonomous by the looks of it, but still, it's a good progress. I can't wait to see the day that happens here, deliver like a pizza or something like that with the drones. Although dropping the package is still something I wonder about, because in the other videos for other companies, like conceptually, there's always some kind of landing pad I guess you have to put there for the thing to land, whereas this one I just dropped it like on the ground of the grass. Is that how people are going to deliver their food? It's probably going to be big business for, I guess, special delivery containers if this thing starts picking up like with the drone deliveries. I can't wait to see someone try to deliver like an ice cream cake in the middle of the summer in a hot place to see how fast a drone can get it to one place to another without it melting. This drone story in the US was kind of interesting. It says FAA seeks emergency action on drones. And now essentially they say they are swamped with, I guess, requests from pilots who try to say, hey, can I fly within this area? And I guess places like airports are like, yeah, go ahead. But apparently too many people are bypassing all that because they don't want to be bothered, since the process, I guess, to them is tedious. So instead of having a 90-day public consultation period, they're kind of trying to propose, let's bypass all this and approve all this stuff to be approved digitally. Now, as you all know too, recently in the US they had that drone crash with a military helicopter, which is supposed to be in investigation still. But it says here, due to pressing safety considerations of reducing safety reports due to non-compliant UAS operations, the FAA cannot wait the normal 90 days of public comment. They're trying to look for immediate approval of this. I guess people using some kind of, again, electronic way of getting approval just to speed it up. Even with the proposed regulations, if you make something too difficult, too tedious, a lot of people just aren't going to abide by it. So you need something more streamlined and more simple. I guess this is kind of a good example of it, right? People will just ignore it if you make it too complicated. The only people that it affects are the law-abiding people, not the people that are just going to fly like crazy in general. So with yesterday's drone crash news, again, I was really curious on how much Transport Canada is going to be milking this story for all it's worth. And I was looking at the Facebook page. As you can see, they published this, basically warning people again about this. If you have any details, please submit it to them. It seems like, just from what I've seen, everyone's reporting it as a drone crash, 100% verified. Even though technically, if you think about it, we still don't even know, because the facts weren't even released in many ways. Like, even some of you guys were having doubts whether or not it was an actual drone, maybe it's a bird or whatever. But one thing I was really thinking about as I was looking at the other media outlets and what they were reporting, I didn't think too much of this, but I noticed a lot of people were kind of skipping this one little paragraph, and as I read it more, it actually made me think it actually didn't sound right. Now, as you know, if it's something really serious, like they said, like a drone crashing into a commercial jet, airplane, or whatever, then they should do some serious investigation. Plus, if they know 100% it's a drone, I would assume there's stuff everywhere that they can verify who was operating it, what type it was, and all that. Now, this quote's the one that actually got me thinking as I read it again. It says, my department is in contact with the Service de Police de la Ville de Quebec, and we will cooperate with Transportation Safety Board should they decide to investigate. I just gotta think about it again. Should they decide to investigate? So there's a possibility that they're not even gonna care about this at all? Like, who cares? After you made all this spectacle about how dangerous it is, using it as an example, you can just leave it like, doesn't matter? It's just something that happened? What? I mean, just thinking about it, does that make sense to anyone else when they say they may investigate it, when they make this out to be so serious? Like, it could have been a catastrophe? And I'm trying to think of something else. It would be kind of like someone saying or accusing another person of, I don't know, some kind of harassment or abuse, and then afterwards they express the seriousness of it, but then they say if they decide to investigate it afterwards, then they will. But you just made a big deal about it in terms of crashing. Shouldn't they investigate it 100%? And shouldn't there be so much evidence of it? I'm really curious personally to see what it was about, like whether or not it was, like, for example, recreational or commercial drone flyer, what type of drone. Because one thing that was kind of funny in the article, they were talking about drones that weigh like 35 kilograms as a theory, like if it crashes into a plane then it can be deadly. who flies a 35-kilogram drone like a recreational flight? I was like, that's crazy. And some of you even indicated maybe it'll end up being like that fruit bat incident or whatever it was in Australia, I believe. Wouldn't that be funny if that was the case? Right, again, can't fly the drone obviously since it's raining, so let's see if I can find something fun to edit. Alright, hopefully the weather clears up tomorrow. See you guys later.